Welcome to Hatchman Consultants, where we help community and sports organisations in regional and remote areas of Australia succeed. Today, we're focusing on a crucial topic: mastering grant applications. Securing grants can provide essential funding to help your organisation thrive. But how do you write a winning grant application? What are funders looking for? In this video, we'll take you through everything you need to know, step by step. Let's start by understanding the grant application process. Grants are competitive, and they're offered by various sources: government bodies, private foundations, and corporate sponsors. Each grant will have its own criteria, deadlines, and expectations. It's important to begin by researching thoroughly. Look for grants that align with your organisation's mission and needs. Start by exploring local, state, and federal government websites, as well as private foundations that support community projects. Make sure you understand what the grant is for, whether it's for operational funding, specific projects, or infrastructure improvements. Before you even start filling out forms, be clear on your project or initiative. Funders want to see well-defined goals and objectives. Ask yourself, what problem are you addressing? What impact will this grant have on your community? This groundwork will shape your entire application. A strong grant application has several key components that funders will be evaluating closely. Let's break them down. First, the project summary. This is a snapshot of your entire proposal. Think of it as your elevator pitch. Be clear and concise, summarizing what your project is, why it's important, and how you'll achieve it. Funders should understand the purpose of your project in the first few sentences. Next, set out your goals and objectives. Your goals are the broader outcomes you want to achieve, while your objectives are the specific, measurable actions that will lead to those goals. For example, if you're applying for funding to upgrade sports facilities, your goal might be to increase participation in local sports, while your objective could be to install new equipment by a specific date. An accurate, well-thought-out budget is critical. Funders want to know exactly how their money will be spent. Be sure to account for every expense: materials, staffing, administration costs, and even contingencies. Providing a realistic budget shows that you've thoroughly planned your project and that it's feasible. Your project timeline should detail the key stages of your project and when they'll be completed. This helps funders understand how long your project will take and whether your plan is achievable within the grant's funding period. Part 3. Tailoring your application to the funder. One of the biggest mistakes organisations make is sending a generic application to multiple funders. Tailoring your application to the specific funder is crucial. Each funder has their own priorities, and your job is to show how your project aligns with their goals. For example, if a funder is focused on environmental sustainability, highlight how your project contributes to this, whether it's through the use of sustainable materials or its impact on the local ecosystem. Match your language to the funder's priorities and make it easy for them to see why your project is a good fit. Part 4. Telling your organisation's story. Funders don't just invest in projects, they invest in people. Telling your organisation's story helps funders connect emotionally with your cause. Tell the story of your organisation, how it started, what drives your work, and the difference you're making in the community. Use real examples and human stories to demonstrate your impact. If possible, include testimonials or success stories from community members who have benefited from your programs. Be sure to highlight any previous successes with grant funding. If your organisation has received grants in the past, show how the funding made a measurable impact. Funders are more likely to invest in organisations that have a proven track record. Part 5. Common mistakes to avoid. Now, let's talk about common mistakes that can hurt your chances of getting funding. One of the biggest mistakes is submitting an incomplete application. Always double-check the grant guidelines and make sure you've provided all the required information, including any supporting documents. Another common mistake is underestimating the importance of the budget. Make sure your budget is detailed, realistic, and fully justifies the amount you're requesting. Funders need to know their money is being used wisely. Vagueness is another pitfall. Your objectives should be specific and measurable, and your timeline should be realistic. Funders need to see that your project is well thought out and that you have a clear plan for achieving success. Part 6. Final checklist. Before submission. Before you submit your application, go through this final checklist. First, ensure your project summary is concise and clearly communicates your project's goals. Next, check that your objectives are specific and measurable, and that your budget is accurate and detailed. Make sure you've included all required attachments, like letters of support, proof of eligibility, and any financial statements. Finally, proofread everything. Attention to detail can make all the difference. Mastering the grant application process is essential for securing the funding your organization needs to grow and thrive, especially in regional and remote areas of Australia. By understanding the grant process, tailoring your application, telling a compelling story, and avoiding common mistakes, you'll greatly increase your chances of success. At Hatchman Consultants, we're here to support you every step of the way. Whether you're just starting with your first grant application or looking to refine your approach, our expertise can help you secure the funding you need. Visit our website to download our free grant writing checklist, packed with practical tips to help you succeed. And be sure to check out our blog for more in-depth resources and real-world examples of successful grant applications. Together, let's unlock the full potential of your community organization.